Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Katie and I'm the Organic Esthetician. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a modality that can be used on the face to increase oxygenation and nutrient delivery, but can also be used all over the body to decrease inflammation and has even been known to help bone healing and treat depression. It's called Pulsed Electro-Magnetic Field, or PEMF. I've previously made a video on a handheld device that utilizes PEMF from a company called BioEqua, and the device is called the Enercharger. I'm going to link that video down below in the show notes, and I'll put a card around here someplace in case you want to watch that video after this. So I'm a licensed esthetician. I make educational skincare videos with a focus on anti-aging and anti-aging modalities. All of those at-home gizmos and gadgets that you can use to decrease skin laxity and fine lines and wrinkles. But when you start looking at what's actually causing the skin to age, why as we get older, our skin has that kind of lackluster look to it. But as you start understanding what's actually going on to cause those fine lines and wrinkles, to cause skin laxity or that lacklusterness that happens to our skin as we get older, the more you realize that those things are not exclusive to our skin or to our face. They're happening all over the body. And so I found for me, the more I learn about how to address these things in the skin, how to improve cellular health, which is at the root of everything that we're doing here on the channel, the more you realize that you can be doing that head to toe, not just on your face. Moving forward here on the channel, I'm still going to make all of your favorite skincare and device tutorials, but I am going to be sprinkling in some videos that will address the body as a whole, that will highlight modalities and technology that can be used at home or in a spa to help decrease inflammation, to help increase cellular health throughout the body, to reduce pain, to improve recovery, all of these amazing benefits that can be had by integrating some of these alternative therapies. So if that interests you and you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Okay, so today's video, we're gonna talk all about PEMF. So we're gonna talk about what it is, its mode of action, how it's actually achieving these beneficial things inside of our body. And then I'm gonna highlight a handful of different devices that utilize this technology. So PEMF can come in a handheld device or a tabletop unit, but you'll often find it in a mat. It looks like a yoga mat. And these PEMF devices emit electromagnetic waves at various frequencies into the body to trigger the body's natural healing process. Now, these electromagnetic waves are very different from ones that come from microwaves or X-ray machines. These waves are delivered in small pulses or bursts at a very low frequency. And in doing so, it's actually mimicking the natural electromagnetic field that the earth emits. Maybe some of you have heard of this term grounding. Grounding is a completely free way of getting the benefits of PEMF out in nature. You simply walk barefoot on the earth. As woo as it might sound, there is a lot of science behind this. I'll link a few of those studies down below in the show notes, but grounding has actually been shown to decrease inflammation in the body and increase and improve sleep, reduces pain and decreases the stress response in the body, and even speed up wound healing. The study that I'm referring to actually shows this pretty significantly. Now, as free and as easy as it might sound to go put your bare feet on the earth, I find it really challenging to find a place to do that. I don't have a lawn at my house. There's a lot of dirt or cement. My backyard is not ideal for being barefoot. The problem with grounding is that you need to find a safe place to do it for an extended amount of time regularly. Now that I'm back in Northern California, I've been really trying to make an effort to go out to Dillon Beach with my dog on my days off, which are few and far between these days. But I love walking on the beach, and that's a great way of naturally getting some of these benefits I don't know about you, every time I go on one of these walks, I feel so good afterward. Also, I get a lot of pleasure from seeing my dog so happy. A little anecdotal, and I'm kind of getting derailed, but ultimately you can get some of these benefits from being out in nature. However, a lot of people find that challenging. So using one of these PEMF devices or mats at home can be a great, easy, accessible way to get the benefits of this technology on a regular basis. We are electric. I've talked about this a little bit in some of my microcurrent videos. So when we're talking about microcurrent, your at-home devices like NuFace, Zip, Haelo Bear, or my favorite MyoLift devices. These use a low-level electrical current that mimics your body's own natural current to stimulate cellular energy, ATP, and trigger muscle activity, whether to relax and release the muscle or to lift and activate it. This concept is not unfamiliar to all of you. So in a similar way, these PEMF devices are actually mimicking your own natural magnetic field within the body. These waves get sent into the body. They trigger your own magnetic field, which enhances the body's natural healing capabilities. This actually works to increase electrolytes and ions in the body, which influences electrical charges on a cellular level, and additionally influences cellular metabolism. So we're jump-starting these processes that are already happening inside of our bodies at a cellular level to enhance the body's recovery process, and in turn can even help treat chronic pain. PEMF has been used in Europe for over 40 years, and here in the United States, it is FDA approved for the treatment of healing bones and for depression. It's been shown to improve circulation, to heal damaged tissue, decrease inflammation, which is the big one that we always want to do, and to stimulate healthy organ function. So if you think of your body as a battery, you are recharging your internal battery by simply lying on one of these PEMF mats or sitting in front of a device that's emitting PEMF. It's going to improve your ATP production, your adenosine triphosphate. It increases oxygenation, enhances circulation, promotes hydration, facilitates detoxification, and helps the body to absorb nutrients better. It's doing this by increasing cellular permeability. And this is where you really see those skin benefits, right? So it's allowing nutrients to permeate through cellular walls so that your cells are absorbing nutrients, oxygen, all of these things in your blood flow to optimize healthy cellular function. In doing so, all of these good things come into the cell, which push and detoxify out all of the waste and harmful things. So you get this intake of nutrients and oxygen and a detoxification of the cell. So you can see why this is so beneficial. Okay, so how do you use this amazing modality at home? PEMF devices consist of a coil. It's called a Helmholtz coil, but it generates a magnetic field. A lot of these products are mats that you lie on, or something you place on the body, or something you sit in front of, and it emits this magnetic field out. Usually it's housed in a yoga mat, so it's a thicker mat to house these Helmholtz coils, and then a frequency generator is used to energize the coil, creating a pulsed magnetic field. While there have been many scientific studies proving the medical benefits of using PEMF, majority of the companies manufacturing PEMF devices in the United States or worldwide are using them for wellness purposes and are not allowed to make medical claims. That being said, I'm going to list some studies down below that show the use of PEMF for osteoporosis, for cancer, and for improving your circadian rhythm. Okay, so I'm going to share a handful of products that use PEMF. I'm going to start at the lowest price point and work my way up. I've reached out to a handful of PEMF mat companies, and only 2 companies got back to me, and one of them was generous enough to actually send me product to play around with and test out, and I'm going to highlight it here on the video. This is not a paid partnership, but they sent me one of their mats. The other companies either didn't have product to send or didn't even get back to me, which makes me question customer service if you actually do make a purchase. So let's talk about the handheld option first, the BioEqua Enercharger. I mentioned this earlier, I did a whole video on this. What I like about this handheld unit is that you don't actually have to touch the skin. You apply your water-based serum, you mist your face with a bunch of hydrating toner or essence, and then you hover this handheld over the surface of your skin for 1 minute. You can do up to, I think, like 8 to 10 minutes. The longer you use it, the larger the increase in circulation. So the longer you use it, the more pink you can find your skin to be. But what it's doing is pushing all of those products deeper into the skin. And again, you have that enhanced cellular permeability. So that skincare is actually getting deep into the skin where it needs to go to be effective. This handheld uses PEMF and cold ion therapy, which I've had a harder time really diving into exactly what that modality is. This device is actually available on Amazon. I'll link it down below. And I did have a discount code with them and I think it still works, so I'll put that down there too. The downside of the Enercharger is that it is just for topical use. All of the other products we're going to talk about can actually be used for the entire body. So this first one is from Phymat, P-H-Y-M-A-T. And this is the company that was generous enough to send me one of their mats. This mat is a little different than the other mats we're going to talk about because it utilizes a few different therapies all in one. This mat uses the PEMF in addition to far infrared heat. So it's a heated mat. It can get quite warm. There's a control box that your mat plugs into that you can adjust that far infrared heat and turn on and off the PEMF. It also is infused with amethyst crystals, which are natural far infrared conductors. 90% of the mat are these amethyst crystals, and then the other 10% is a mix of obsidian, turquoise, yellow, and red agate. And there's also negative ion therapy as well. So it's a little firmer and it has a hard bottom. This isn't a mat that you could roll up and stick in the closet. It does fold in threes and it has a carrying bag. So you just need to keep in mind that you would need a place to store this mat. Mine has been living in my living room since I got it, and I pull it out at night when we're watching TV and I stretch on it. Amos, my dog, absolutely loves this thing. My dog either lies on his dog bed. He has one near the kitchen and one in our bedroom. He'll be on either of those, our bed, or on the couch. As you can tell, not a lot of boundaries in our household. He never just lays down on the floor. It's not his thing. If I pull out the PEMF mat from Phymat, he is immediately on it and lies down on it, whether I'm on the mat or not. So I don't know what it is about PEMF, but Amos loves it. So out of all of the mats that I am going to be talking about, the Phymat is the most cost effective. Phymat has a handful of mat options that utilize the PEMF. The amethyst mat that I have retails, right now it's on sale for $528. Normally it's $638. So not inexpensive. I have an affiliate link with them and I will put that down below in the show notes. Okay, so the next company is called Oxford Medicals. They make a handful of PEMF devices. So they have mats, they have pads, they have like smaller things that you could put just on a shoulder or a knee to give more concentrated PEMF treatment to like an injury. When I first started researching PEMF mats, they were the first one that popped up. They have this clamshell situation that you can actually use for your face. And that was the thing that was most interesting to me. I think that you could probably use it in a very similar way to the BioEqua Enercharger. I reached out to them, they never got back to me. The mat that they make looks a little thinner than the Phymat option. It's just a PEMF mat. There is no other additional therapies in it. It is, however, app-based. So you can control your mat with an app, and there's over 100 preset programs on there. So I think that's very interesting. It's currently on sale for $1,590. So a big jump up in price point from the Phymat. Then there's BioBalance. So when I was doing research on what the best at-home PEMF unit was, BioBalance came came up as like a professional unit that you can purchase for at-home use. However, that being said, their PEMF mat is out of stock. It did look nice. It looks way more malleable. They have the mat on a bed or on a couch. It doesn't have a hard bottom like the Phymat does. Their website has a lot of information. It references a bunch of the studies that have been done on PEMF. They're very transparent about the number of coils that their product has. They have this whole comparison sheet for different frequencies and waves that their device uses. So I think that it's a really good reference site. Their mat has 6 preset programs: balance, alert, relax, sleep, recovery, and sweep. Sweep is like kind of a more generalized but very thorough full body sweep. I'm finding sweeps with a lot of the different treatments that I've been researching. Again, it's out of stock on their website, but it retails for $2,590. So another big jump up. So this next PEMF device is not a mat. It's like a circular unit. It honestly looks like a giant roll of duct tape, but you rest it on the body. It's called the Haelo. And for me, this was one of the most interesting products that I came across. I'm seriously considering buying it. I really wish that they would have sent me a unit. They said that they were all out of influencer gratis. Who knows if that's true? Again, a little pricey. This retails for around $3,000. But I think that it would be such a cool integration into a facial treatment, especially for when I'm traveling, because I have a really special unit for my Napa Valley studio, which we'll talk about next. This circular device rests on the body. You can do a generalized treatment where you place it on your chest or on your stomach, or a localized treatment where you're placing it directly over an area of injury. They have 10 preset app-based programs, 5 for recovery and 5 for performance. So the Haelo is really geared more towards athletes and athletic achievement, right? So you have these programs that you would use before a workout, and then recovery programs that you would use post-workout to enhanced recovery. They did a study with their device. I'll link it down below in the show notes. I could be wrong, but I didn't see any from any of the other units other than Haelo. It was a small study group, but they did find improvements in nocturnal vitals, deep sleep duration, deep sleep percentage, average sleep disturbances decreased, overall sleep score was increased, overall recovery score for the majority of participants increased, and all participants reported a perceived increase in performance and quality of life. This is something that seems very portable, and again, it's something that I think would be fun to integrate into a facial. While you're doing facial massage, you're gonna rest your Haelo on your client's abdomen while you're doing this relaxing, sculpting facial massage or lymphatic drainage or whatever it is that you're doing during your treatment. They're also getting this increase in cellular permeability and cellular energy and decrease in inflammation. So a whole body treatment all in one facial. Doesn't that sound amazing? I reached out to the company and told them they really needed to pivot their marketing towards estheticians, but I don't know how interested they were. So I will link the Haelo down below as well. I think I have an affiliate link with them also that I will put down there too. They have a payment plan, they're US based, and they responded very quickly to me when I reached out to them. All right, so the last device we're gonna talk about is the most expensive, it's the largest, and it's the most comprehensive. And I have one here in the Napa studio. I'm so excited about this. I showed it in one of my last videos, but it is called the BioCharger NG. This is a wellness platform. It's quite large. It sits on a tabletop in my treatment room. It's like on a rolling cart. I can move it around, and it offers a hands-free PEMF treatment that's paired with voltage, frequency and harmonics, and visible light spectrum. So it's a cloud-based wellness platform. It has 1,200 different programs where you can target specific skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, or acne. You can do more diffuse treatments. I like to run a program called Skin Health Hybrid in the majority of my facials that increases circulation, decreases inflammation in the skin, balances the pH, increases collagen stimulation. It kind of does a little bit of everything in terms of regulating healthy skin function. And then there's all these other treatments. So like I've been doing treatments for my hands. Some of you have been following me for a long time know that I have a history of repetitive motion hand injuries, cubital tunnel and thoracic outlet syndrome. I also got a weird little cyst right here on my palm that was wildly painful until I started doing some of these BioCharger treatments. And now it's not painful at all. And it's actually decreasing in size, which is pretty cool. My father had a kind of like botched rotator cuff surgery quite a few years ago where they actually severed a ligament in his bicep. I don't know how that wasn't malpractice. I have no idea. I was too young to really know what was going on. I think if that had happened now, I would have thrown a fit. But he doesn't have full range of motion in that shoulder since that surgery. And he's been coming into the studio and doing BioCharger treatments every day. We've been alternating different ones. He can actually raise his arm up to here now, which he hasn't been able to do in like over a decade. So again, anecdotal, but just very cool. There's treatments for abnormal cell growth, fungal activity, for parasites, for mold toxicity. It's really just anything you can think of. They have a program for it. They call them recipes, but they have a recipe for it. I love using modality in my treatments, and a lot of the devices I use, like microcurrent or LED, are already stimulating that cellular energy, but we're doing it in a localized treatment area. What I love about the BioCharger is that I'm able to create a whole body treatment in the middle of my facial while I'm performing facial massage. I don't turn on any of the other electrical devices while I'm running the BioCharger, but I am able to do more of that tactile modality. So connective tissue massage or my structural lifting massage with that intraoral component, lymphatic drainage. Then I can enhance those treatments by running a recipe that's focused on increasing lymphatic drainage, or a recipe that's actually targeting the fascia. There's a few of those, and I really notice a difference when I run them on myself. So I'm able to enhance what I'm already doing in my treatment on a deeper level by integrating the BioCharger. So I purposefully got it to integrate into my facials, but you can simply sit in front of it. So with PEMF devices, they emit an electromagnetic field. So depending on the strength of the unit, it could be a few inches or a few feet. So that's why with the pads, usually it's about a 2 feet field where you could be doing yoga or stretching on top of your mat and still get the benefits. With the BioCharger, you have a radius of up to 6 feet of treatment area that's emitted from this unit. All of these devices are all tested for low EMF. I just really love this modality, and I'm very excited about the BioCharger. So I know that getting a BioCharger is not in everyone's budget. The price point is quite high compared to the other units, but again, it's significantly more comprehensive and more active than the other devices that I've talked about. It ranges in the $16,000 range for one of these guys, and it's definitely an investment. They have financing options, and I have a discount code with them, OE500, that gives you $500 off your BioCharger if you were so inclined to get one. I realize that that's just not in the cards for most of you watching, but what you can do is go experience the BioCharger. So on their website, they have, I'm gonna put a link to this down below, but they'll have like, find a BioCharger near you. And they always offer your first session free. I do that here at the Napa Valley studio as well. So all these treatments do is involve you sitting in front of the BioCharger. So a BioCharger treatment runs anywhere from 8 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on the program that you choose. They suggest an hour max is great. You'll see that with a lot of the PEMF devices. Your battery just kind of tops out after an hour of use, right? You're fully charged. You can do treatments daily if you like, but they also suggest taking at least 1 day off a week just to promote homeostasis inside the body. Because I now have one, I'm going to be doing a lot of BioCharger content here on the channel, and we'll kind of get more in depth on what exactly all of those things are that I just talked about. Frequency and harmonics, visible light spectrum. What does that even mean? If that interests you and you want to learn more about the BioCharger, I'll be making more videos on this in the future. All right, everyone. Hopefully you are as excited by this amazing therapy as I am. I've really been enjoying the benefits of PEMF in all its guises, whether I'm using my Phymat at home or sitting in front of my BioCharger here in the studio. I've loved integrating PEMF into my daily and weekly routines. So again, some of these devices are really expensive, so I wanted to give options at all these different price points for everyone. Alternatively, you can start searching for practitioners that use this modality near you. I know that there's a chain called OsteoStrong. I think they're all over the country, but there's a lot of them in California, and they have BioChargers at all of their locations, and your first treatment is always free. So it's a great way to go experience this amazing modality for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I will put links and codes and clinical studies, all the information that I mentioned in this video in the show notes down below. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.